Hey Dave, thanks for taking a minute on the phone this morning. I do most of the stuff in Google Earth. There's where we're sitting. The divide, we're down here. I see all the rivers flow in that direction. This red line is the immediate watershed as defined by Onterra Group, who did our lake management plan 2 years ago. McCann, Weddy, Chaffee Creeks. This is the immediate or the larger watershed as defined by a KML file I found on a DNR site, and then the McCann watershed. One of my pointed questions is I'm assuming that we're more um, concerned about farms right up in this area. Would we be concerned about farms on the other side of the river, that the water would go under the river and come into us? Um, and so I sure don't understand all the different confined karst aquifers and unconfined and all that stuff. What is very interesting about this lake is 60-foot spring-fed lake. It has not varied in water height by about more 4 or 5 inches in the last 20 years. So in the low rain or the heavy rain seasons, the water doesn't elevation of the lake does not change much. So it just suggests that there's certain kind of hydrology pushing on our lake. Water seeks its own level kind of concept we learned in grade school. We are a deep headwater drainage lake, so there's a little creek that flows out at the McCann. Our retention on our whole lake is about 1.4 years. I walked the ice 2 weeks ago and mapped in a hunting web or a app called OX Hunt, where all the open water is, i.e., springs along the lake. And again, this is heading up towards Coloma, this direction. So there's many open springs in this area of the lake where we see more of our weed and algae problems, and much less down here. Here's the outlet down there, which was open 2 weeks ago. So this is just somewhat interesting to me. I know there's many more springs out in the middle of the lake. These are just what was open water along shore. I thought this was an interesting slide from um, your appendix A. That was is pretty technical on that 104-page PDF, so I didn't digest it all. I just thought that was interesting about monitoring pH and oxygen and so forth along shoreline on a canoe survey. So I think that's it. Yeah, thanks for your time.